Hey cruisers! Planning your first cruise can be intimidating, but we are here at your service to help you avoid some common pitfalls. Today's episode is sponsored by cruiseline.com, where you can find reviews, tips, and photos from real, everyday cruisers. We've linked to their website in the description box below. And because we want to hear from you directly, join us for a live stream on this topic soon. We'll post the date in the description box below, or you can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter at Cruise Tips TV to confirm the live stream date and time. All right, let's get to it. The number one mistake that new cruisers make is picking the wrong cruise for their personality and vacation style. Do your research and get to know what each cruise line offers. You can start by taking our cruise line personality quiz linked in the description box below. Number 2, over-planning. Before my first cruise, I memorized the menus, planned everything down to the minute, and probably started off a little too uptight for a vacation. Seasoned cruisers will tell you to leave time to relax and go with the flow. With that said, we don't think it's a great idea to neglect to plan activities during port days. There are some ports where you can simply get off the ship and walk around, but a little research and planning to venture outside of the port area can go a long way and save you some frustration. So our tip number 3 is to plan some activities in port. Number 4, don't forget to read your daily newsletter once on board. Most cruise lines offer both paper and electronic copies of their daily schedule, where you can check out everything from activity times to dining room hours and even the drink of the day. If your cruise line offers an app, download it to your smartphone and you'll have the newsletter with you at all times. Coming in at number 5, it's best not to expect things to be perfect. There is no such thing as a perfect cruise, and we think that's true of most vacations. Cruising with a flexible attitude is key when you're at sea. Why? Well, there could be weather delays, rude passengers, missed ports, and changes along the way. We try to expect those changes on every cruise and appreciate our safety and well-being as coming first. Now, number 6. You may not want to book a short weekend cruise and judge cruising as a whole based on that experience. There is a significant difference between a 3-night getaway and a week-long voyage. Just trust us on this one. Number 7, booking during the wrong season can be a bit of a cruising faux pas. Hurricane season in the Caribbean, late season in Alaska, and muggy summers in the Mexican Riviera aren't usually the end of the world, but you should be aware that there are optimal and not so optimal cruise seasons. When in doubt, ask your travel agent to help you out with this one. Number 8, overpacking. Yeah, it's not going to kill you to bring a few extra outfits or shoes, but a lot of people end up with more luggage than they need and regret taking so much stuff on their first cruise. Ask your cruising friends for their essential packing tips, and of course, watch our packing playlists to get ahead of the game on this one. Speaking of packing, number 9 is one you'll hear us repeat over and over. Unless you like torture, leave your uncomfortable shoes at home, friends. Cruise ships are huge, and you will be walking football field distances to get just about anywhere. So break in your shoes before you cruise. Number 10 gets people into trouble. Flying into the port the same day as your cruise is pretty risky unless you're flying from a spot close enough to offer a rental car to get you to the ship in the event of a flight delay. Consider a park and fly package at a hotel and don't risk it. All right, number 11. Forgetting to pack essential toiletries and medication at home can be a mistake. Cruise ships aren't exactly like hotels. Not all have soap, shampoo, conditioner, body lotion, and all that stuff in your stateroom. All that stuff, including sunscreen and other toiletry items, are probably available on your ship, but you'll pay a premium. So it's nice to pack all the travel-sized toiletries and a supply of basic medications like pain reliever, cold medication, heartburn relief, and whatever else you may need. Or, if you're up for it, leave it all at home and buy everything in port at the grocery store just before you head to the ship so you don't have to worry about flying with liquids. Number 12, watch that clock. While this doesn't always happen, some cruisers aren't aware that there can be time zone changes as you travel from area to area on a cruise. While most ships account for this, not all cruise ships change their clocks to exactly match shore time when they sail into different time zones. So watch your newsletter and ask the staff if ship time will be different from port time, and pack a good old-fashioned wristwatch and a little portable alarm clock in the event that there is no actual clock in your stateroom. Coming in at number 13, understanding onboard charges. While cruises are technically cashless, or because they're cashless, it's easy to get a little spendy on a cruise. Be aware of what amenities are included with your cruise fare and which cost extra on board. And always check your receipts to see if tips have already been added. And consider checking with the information desk or an automatic kiosk for updates on your account balance during your cruise to avoid expenses surprises at the end. Number 14, not packing small bills, especially for shore days, can be a big blunder. Cash can come in handy for tipping your porter at the port, shopping, and even for transportation on the ground. Some people also tip room service and other helpful crew on board, but that's up to you, since most gratuities will be automatically added on board. Number 15, we know getting off the ship is depressing, but on your first cruise, don't miss the disembarkation talk, or at least read the disembarkation materials sent to your stateroom a few days before the cruise ends. Skipping this step leads to frustration and confusion, but we promise you'll probably only need to do this once in your cruising life. Mistake number 16 is cruising without travel insurance. Airport delays, illness, and schedule changes are just a few of the reasons to consider purchasing travel insurance. While we hope you won't need it, we hear story after story of cruisers losing or spending tons of cash when something goes awry and they didn't invest in insurance. You can buy this through your cruise line directly or through an independent provider. Now, the last mistake that new cruisers sometimes make is forgetting to keep essentials with you on the evening before getting off the ship. That's if you plan to allow the cruise line to take your bags the night before you leave the ship. If you're planning for self-assisted debarkation, you don't have to worry about this. Of course, this is not a comprehensive list of all the new cruiser blunders, so leave your rookie mistakes in the comments below. And if you'd like, give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing to Cruise Tips TV to follow our travels. Until next time, we'll see you on the high seas.
Hey, click me to subscribe.